Hi, everyone, and thanks for joining us today. I'm Nursu, the social media content creator for Decktopus AI. And of course, as always, I will be your host for this live walkthrough. I'm here joined with our CMO, Alara Akçasız, who will be walking you through how our product works live and in action with our newest features. We'll talk about how Decktopus AI works, how to create an AI deck from scratch, what makes it different and special, and how you can start using it right away. And with that, the stage is yours, Alana.
Okay, thank you, Nursu, for the warm intro. I'd like to say, firstly, hi to everyone who's watching us. And then, if it's okay with you, I want to share my screen and jump right up to the demonstration.
Sure, of course.
All
Please go
right.
ahead.
All right. Let's go. So, when you have an account in Decktopus, you will have a dashboard just like this. And you have mainly three ways of creating presentations. One of them is to start from scratch, which is basically creating slides, um, just like PowerPoint, Google Slides, Canva, etc. You start with a blank slide and you can add some elements like text, image, icons, etc. Or you can go to the slide library and pick one of the ready to go slide templates. This is one of the versions that we had since the launch of Decktopus. Our goal here is to help you build a presentation with a good overall look. The other option is to start with a template, which is there's a bunch of templates created by professional expert designers where you can just pick one of them and see the content. If it's something like you want to do, you can just copy this to your dashboard and start building right away. But the most popular one, which
Our
is the
favorite one, of course.
yes, our favorite one, is to creating slides with AI. So uh, you just straight go and do create with AI button, and you see this amazing ChatGPT like screen. And we ask you basically what kind of presentation you want to create. This step is actually very crucial because we just, published a YouTube video on how to properly write a prompt and give it to an AI tool to explain what you're trying to do. And basically, your prompt should have how much role, goal, context, constraints, and format. Five parts of a format, a prompt, sorry. But in this Decktopus platform, we actually remove some of the parts so that you don't have to write a long prompt from scratch.
But still,
Decktopus,
it's really important. I'm sorry, just wanted to intervene and add something. I mean, you don't
yes,
have to write everything like long paragraphs, but you just need to be very specific. And the more
yes,
detailed it is, the more detailed and specific the outcome will be, right?
yes, correct. But in our formula, we had five parts, which is, uh, let's say again, role, goal, context, constraints, and format.
Constraints and format.
Yes. In Decktopus, we actually remove two parts of this formula. One of them is the role, because Decktopus is already a presentation designer and a presentation creator that is working just for you. So you don't have to say, okay, you're a pro presentation designer, create a presentation, blah, blah, blah. You don't have to assign a role to it. And also, you don't actually assign a format, but we will see is, 50-50 kind of thing. Okay, let's start. We are going to say a presentation about, for example, I'm a marketer and I'm going to give a workshop about YouTube growth strategies for Gen Z creators. And I want this presentation to be educational, so it's going to be basically very informal but also engaging presentation. So I'm going to say a presentation about, and also I'm going to add another depth to this, and I'm going to say a workshop presentation about YouTube growth strategies for Gen Z creators. We already give it a goal. We're going to present this to Gen Z creators. So this presentation should talk about growth strategies, and it's going to be presented in the workshop. So we already gave it a context also. Also, if you want something very specific, like if you want a team slide or some kind of a pricing slide, you would also need to, give Decto just a little bit more information, like create a team slide kind of thing, so that AI will understand that you request that slide specifically. But for this video, for this webinar, I'm going to skip that and mention the last thing this screen needs from you. If you have a existing document in hand, like a PDF that explains your basically strategies, your hacks, or some notes or script about this workshop that you already have, if you have something like that, you can attach it here, and this will give AI some a little bit more context, and actually
More
it would
skeleton to work with, right? Mm-hmm.
and it would be pretty amazing for AI, because you are just putting your perspective, and AI can understand which points are very important and add like a sprinkle of information into slides. So here we have a Decto screen. We call this a mini step before your final presentation. And we do this specifically because we want our users to see what your slides will talk about and what your slides will look like when it's done, so that you don't have to rewrite the prompt and create a new presentation every time. So here you have an outline generated by Decto, and for each slide, Decto writes 2 or 3 bullet points, and this means that Decto will talk about these specific things in your slides. For example, let's go here, YouTube features. You want to add something new, you want to add your point, or you want to add your secret hack, you can just click edit, add a new item. Or if this is not, this is not, some kind of
It's not
information that
final. Mm-hmm.
about this, you can also remove that. It's very easy, and you're saving, and here you go, you have your slide. And what I like about this Decto step is that actually we're giving you some choice of what will your slides actually look like in terms of design. As you
Yeah, it's
can
like a preliminary view and you know what is coming, right? I mean, you can
yes,
deduct it, you can just delete it or add more slides, you can duplicate it. I
yeah,
mean, you are basically, faced with what you are going to come up with.
yes, definitely. And in here, you have a button that will give you some design options. There are some default design themes that we created by our expert designers. And for example, you found this very dark. It's okay. You like red, orange kind of colors. It represents you better. You can pick any of these, and Decto will understand and go and create slides based on your choose theme. For example, let's go with Monarch. It's like kind of a retro, vintage kind of colors, and I like it. So, okay, I'm okay with this. I'm applying this theme. And as you can see, Decto updated all of the slides. And here, I want to show you one more thing. For each slide, AI actually go to slide library and say, okay, this slide will explain this content much better. So it picks a slide layout for you. But if you're not okay with it, you can click to change layout. You can see other suggested layouts and go pick anything you'd like. But I I trust Decto about this, so I'm not going to change anything for now. And one final thing that I want to tell you, for whoever listening, you can see this refine your presentation and kind of like chat split screen here. When you click here, you can ask AI to do various things, but it's not limited here. You can, again, for example, while you're prompting, you forgot to add your PDF. You can attach it here and say, okay, based on this PDF, please enrich my content. Or you can request a specific slide. For example, Decto suggested that we could add a case studies and success stories slide for Gen Z creator. Okay, why not? Let's add this slide. Please. Okay. Please add a case study and success story slide. And now Decto is generating a new slide, going going through our outline and pick a spot for this slide. And it does that because, presentations are also kind of a story. So it should have some specific slide order. Yes, yes. Okay, here you go. Now, Decto added our case studies and success stories. Yeah.
And I was just wondering if it was just random,
Yeah.
when you're asking to add something, it adds it to the final slide of the, presentation, or like, is it random? And now I just got my answer. It's just all there in an order, and it's just right where it's supposed to be.
Yeah, definitely. And for example, if you think that this slide is a bit short or lack of content, you can always ask AI to expand it or make it concise, regenerate, etc. But for now, for the sake of this webinar, I'm okay with this step. Let's move on and see how actually AI creates those slides. So right now, while Decto is working on our slides, I want to explain our audience how this works actually. What we did is we gave AI our context. We said, okay, I'm going to host a workshop and it would be about YouTube growth strategies. And my audience is Gen Z creators. So we created a outline. We picked a design style. And now AI is working like an AI agent, taking your outline, generating content, and also generating slide layouts and design for you to have your final slide. An important thing here, I always say to our clients and the users that I have a feedback meeting with, you should never act an AI output like the final output. It's like a very good start for you and a very good draft for you to work on. So I always say, make sure you go through slides and see if there's something missing. For example, here, as you can see, we have a text box, but I think if we expand this, it would look much better.
So much better,
And
exactly.
yeah, let's go through other slides and see if anything is, some kind of um, needs some work. Let's see. Okay, we're going very good so far. Very good. Yeah, I think
And
this is one of the presentations that needs least touch up. So I'm very
yeah,
happy. Normally, demos
I mean,
is
nothing
like,
is crooked. Nothing is crooked. Like, no text is like over leaning into anything else, and everything is
Mhm.
in such perfect order. So I'm really happy with
Yeah,
that as well.
yeah, I
Just
agree.
very
And I,
little
and
edit.
Yeah, and as you can see, AI created some infographics to deliver your message better. And I think it's very important because AI is really good in creating content in form of text. So in our previous updates and previous versions, we have bunch of text in slides. And we fixed that in our latest version 3 launch, and it's the best so far because when we do a, for example, seminar about presentation, delivery, etc., we always say that your slides doesn't need text so much. You need to keep it clean, you need to keep it concise, and you need to use visual elements to deliver your message. If not, your audience gets bored really easily. Some people understand with reading, some people understand with seeing some big images. So I'm really happy with the final slides. But as I said, sometimes you can't trust, or you can't say, okay, AI did all the thing, I didn't do anything, okay, go ahead and use this slide. I always think that you need to add your own, sauce.
Human touch,
So,
exactly.
yes, definitely. And for example, if you're a consultant about this specific industry, probably this slide needs more content. So, if you need, like, if you think like something is missing here, you can always come here, see slide options that are all looking amazing, with different infographics, ready to go slide templates. You can pick one of them and start filling it up. But again, let's go and see what AI can do. We can go and say, AI, okay, I need one more slide for you, and it will have, for example, this text inside. Okay, let's say the average view time is very important for YouTube algorithm. Oops. And you need to use visual and audio hooks to engage your audience. Okay, as an expert, I feel like this small tip is missing in these slides, and say, okay, this is the content that I want you to add. I explained it like a slide content, and let's see what will Decto create. And I think, by the way, this is a very good feature because I talked with a client 2 days ago, and they told me that I don't want you to do everything from scratch. I already use Decktopus. I already have a presentation and I'm editing it in PowerPoint, but I want to add another slide inside that PowerPoint. How can I do that? It's very simple. You go ask AI slide creator to create that slide
Just
for
describe
you,
what you want, and it's there.
and you export it and you add it to your presentation. And here you go, by the way. It's right here. As I said, you can do every kind of edit here. It's very easy, like drag and drop editor. We have a visual help for you to understand if everything is aligned or not. For example, if you want to add new text, for example, a logo, etc., you can always go and add from here manually. But why would we do that? Because it's the age of AI, right?
See,
Also, one
doing
more
it for us.
thing I want to show to our audience. I see that we have two images in the slide, and I want to show our audience about our AI image generator. For example, I want to change this specific image. I can either upload a media, create with AI, or for example, look for the royalty free library. Like I can write
That's the
YouTube
one I
and
use the
see.
most also. It's amazing. Like I don't have to look for anything else, like
Yeah.
on Google or anywhere else.
Yeah. For example, I here and I want to say a female. Okay, let's do male. A male Gen Z YouTuber editing a YouTube video. Let's see how well it would go. By the way, a small insider information for you. As you can see, this image is not, hurting our general design system, and it's not looking odd or out of the space, because it's an insider kind of thing, information I recently learned. AI, other than your prompt, go through your slides and uses those colors to generate image. So you have a, color balance, so that it's not looking very odd or, okay, where did you find this kind of thing. It will align with your design system. Okay, I guess this is the presentation creation part, and I have a few more things, like already showed you AI slide creator, AI image generator. There are three more features, which is engaging Q&A. You can ask AI to generate questions, possible questions your audience might ask you. It's very important, specifically for students and business professionals, because they're generally delivering their presentations rather than sending some PDFs. These are the questions your audience might ask you, and we always suggest you some answers that will satisfy your audience. And also in smart presentation tips, we give you some smart tips that will deliver your message much better. And also,
Yeah, just like an
um,
assistant.
yeah, it's like an assistant. But if you don't like reading this, you want to learn through examples and practical ways, you can always go to our YouTube channel and watch our videos that are hosted by Nursu again. um, and our final thing is the translate feature, which I love
It's
most.
magic.
And
It's
yeah,
magic.
it's
And
definitely
uh,
magic.
yeah, and I'm sorry, I just stopped you here. I was just recently comparing some other AI presentation tools to our tool, Decktopus AI, and I was amazed how easy and convenient the placement of this button is. I had to look everywhere, literally everywhere on the
Yeah.
screen to find the Translate My Deck feature, and it's right over here. You can just use any language you can think of, and this stays here, and the other one is saved as a new deck. And I think
Yes.
it's amazing, really, really fast.
Yes. Okay, let's see how well it works. I don't know if anyone listening to us knows about French, but I know a little bit. I went to, Francophone high school, so let's see the quality. By the way, I want to mention who uses this feature. Um, I think it's very interesting because I wasn't sure when we worked on this feature, uh, who will use it, what benefit will it give it to them. But very interestingly, some of our marketing genius users create a same freebie in different languages and do some localization work. Like they write five different languages of the same blog and insert these presentations like resources so that a French reader see the document and download it anyway. So it's a very genius way to do these things. Okay, here you go. It's just very easy. Don't have to copy this, paste it to ChatGPT
Oh, I don't
or Google
understand a word, but
Translate.
it looks amazing.
Yeah, yeah. But the good thing is you don't have to, pick this, paste this to GPT and say translate to native French and copy that, paste it to the slide, back and forth thing. It eliminates that. So I hope it's very convenient for others too. Yeah, and the final thing, the you know export options. It's very important because you somehow present it in a stage or you share with your colleagues. uh, One option is to get a share link. It would work just like a website. They go and paste this or click this link and get your slides by scrolling right or left. And the other option, which is very popular, get a PDF export. Or sometimes our clients say, okay, I'm okay with you creating AI slides, but I'm used to PowerPoint editor. I want to do my edits in PowerPoint. I hate this, but it's okay. We always support our users. You can get a PowerPoint export as well to continue editing it in PowerPoint. As long as you use Decktopus to generate AI slides, it's okay for you to use PowerPoint.
But I
And
think
I
PDF is the
guess,
best.
yeah, right. Okay, so I guess this was all the features that I want to mention today. If there are any, questions, we can go through them. If not, I think it was like a half an hour demonstration.
Yes,
I
exactly.
hope no one
Yeah.
is bored, by the way. Hello. If you're from, just type where you're from and we know where people are dialing from.
Yeah, exactly. And since, it's an AI tool, I mean, it really doesn't take that much. I mean, people, when you tell them that you are going to create a presentation, it's like something huge and I don't know, boring and not really, I don't know. People don't really get excited about it. But,
Yeah.
as we saw, the entire deck was complete in like what, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. I mean,
Yeah.
it really doesn't take that long, and the skeleton is already there. And when you even want to, change the language, it
Hmm.
doesn't even take a minute. So it's, basically half an hour thing. We really explained everything in perfect detail, but still, when you're doing it yourself, when you know your thing, it really is not going to take that long. So
Yeah.
it's really a time
And
saver.
you know what? Sometimes I talk with people that are using competitor products, which is okay because I know it's not so convenient when you come and try something, and we because we use a very detailed kind of technical background in the platform. We ask people to we charge people to create presentations, but like I said, I talk with people that are using other platforms, and they always say, okay, every platform can generate a presentation. It's done. I mean, it's old school. Everyone can do it right now. but what they lack of actually the visual identity. So generally, other tools create some basic slides consist of text, title, and image. But in Decktopus, we try to focus on the presentation delivery rather than just generating text and placing them in a aligned way. So I think this is actually taking us further, and also what I like about this is that when you created a presentation, and we were like, back then when we first launched Decktopus, we created a presentation. It looks amazing. We launched it, distributed it in everywhere, and okay, then we started using it, right? And I remember the first time I'm creating a yearly report on our marketing metrics, and it will be presented to our stakeholders. I'm like, okay, I created this presentation. It looks good, but I need to add another slide. And basically, you need to be able to do that, right? It's not okay with the draft. You need to add a new slide, and that slide still needs to look good. So I think this is what makes us apart from others.
Exactly. And I have some great comments over here. I need to show you. I hope I am
Wow.
pronouncing it right. Mayank, thank you so much for giving Decktopus AI a try. He says, I will be honest, I was using Gamma earlier. This is a nice thing to say because, you are open to new things and, maybe you were subscribed for how long, I don't know. But then you gave Decktopus AI a try, and we're really glad that you're loving it. It's an amazing
Hmm.
comment and really made my day right now.
Yeah. I'm really also enlightened by this comment, because seeing
We
these
always love these comments.
positive seeing positive reviews are always good. And also, I love to get some honest feedback, like, please reach out to
Always.
me if you have any problem. By the way, it doesn't have to be problem. You might have a additional
Feedback.
idea that might add
Exactly.
a new layer to us. Please reach out to me and tell me what can we improve, what kind of thing that you're looking for but can't find in Dectopus yet.
Hmm.
With that said, I also want to mention one more thing, which will be about next week's webinar. We're going to be here next week with our CEO, Noyan, and we're going to talk about a business feature, actually. What I showed you is the pro part of Dectopus, where you can create presentations that are good looking, visually appealing. But if you have a desire to see Dectopus using your own branding and maybe your client's branding, next week's webinar will be very, enlightening for you. So make sure you go to our LinkedIn or YouTube page, and also enroll to that too. We will be seeing step by step how we're applying your own brand. By the way, 100%. I'm not talking about just colors or fonts. I'm talking about full brand identity to Dectopus. Um, I want to see all of you there too.
Yeah, it will be a very exciting webinar with our CEOs, joining. And thank you so much for this great walkthrough, Alara. I'm sure a lot of ongoing users, along with new ones like Mayank, I hope I pronounce it correctly, now are way more aware of our features. And of course, thanks to all of you for joining us here today. If you'd like to give Decktopus AI a try as well, please head to our website at www.decktopus.com and see how we can help you build professional presentations in minutes, just like we did. Last but not least, please feel free to reach out if you have any follow-up questions about how our product works. We're always happy to help you. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time, everybody. See you later.
Bye-bye.